Welcome to HR Hero on Call. Today, I'm having a career moment with Pieter Mattheus. Peter, you were a field operations manager for FMCG, a Cum Laude MBA candidate, and currently you're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
We're going to talk about that.
Okay, great.
So
Thank
welcome.
you.
Before we delve deeper into your experience in your profession, so let's break the ice and check the temperature. Okay. Using weather conditions,
Sure.
how are you today?
Firstly, thank you for the invite. I'm really, really honored. If I can maybe describe my weather condition as a moment, if that's allowed.
Yeah.
When the weather currently is a crisp Gauteng morning, like we're experiencing here.
Yeah, sure.
Walking outside before the sun comes out. For me, the most special moment is when you're walking and that first rays of light hits your face.
Yeah.
I normally turn my face towards the sun to get the maximum heat.
Yeah.
And I think that is the moment that I feel blessed. Blessed that I'm witnessing a new day, new opportunity, and I harness that information throughout my day.
Wow.
So my weather conditions today is that it's a new experience, new conversations. So I'm feeling the sun on my face.
Wow, thank you for that. Yeah, for me it's sunny today. So tell me, if you were to describe yourself as an animal, which animal would you be and why?
I think I've always admired the owl. Not just because during the MBA
Yeah.
I was branded an owl with intuitive and the thinking side, but I think the independence of owls, the sustainability, the impact on the biodiversity,
Yeah.
it resonates with me. Like I would like to make that same type of impact in the business world.
Yeah.
They're also seen as wise, and hence my pursuit in my educational, getting some more education and upskilling myself.
Upskilling, yeah.
I strive to be, I'm not saying I'm wise or have that wisdom, but I will always strive to be wise or gain more wisdom.
Yeah.
I love knowledge, and yeah.
Oh, interesting. I wouldn't think you would be an owl, but yeah.
Maybe the glasses gives it away.
Yeah, discussion for another time. It
Sure.
means something else in my culture. All right.
Okay.
So, last question, checking the temperature. What do you say to yourself every morning before you start your day? What do you say to Peter?
I normally wake up and I say happy Monday, happy Tuesday, whatever the day is,
Yeah.
and make a difference.
Yeah.
I think my superpowers, if I can call it like that, is really knowing what goes on around me in the marketplace, in the
Yeah.
world. And then the second part is really to take that information and gear it towards developing, upskilling, and empowering people.
Yeah.
My passion is people.
Yeah.
And when I say make a difference, I would really like to make as many differences in one day by touching people in a different way.
So you say good morning to me, Peter. Today you're going to touch on people and make a difference in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so profound. Let's get into your
Good.
experience.
Sure.
So you were a national field operations manager for a multinational business,
Yes.
FMCG. So what exactly were you doing? What was your role? Can you tell us a bit more
Sure.
about it?
So National Field Operations Managers oversee a sales portfolio within a company. They also normally have a team that they oversee. That's the difference between key account management, where you are a solo person going and managing a customer. National field operations, you still have a customer base, but then you also have the staffing at ground level. So the operational side is really to make sure that you not just develop intensive plans for your customers individually, but also take that plans and implement it. You can't implement those plans if you do not spend time upskilling your employees, making sure that they've got the tools to excel. Of course, you have to achieve your targets, and some of those targets are very, very steep, especially the sales side. But when it comes to FMCG, there's also other targets. We try to limit waste. We live in a country where food security is really, really a problem.
It's a challenge.
Yes, so it's always sad if there is food waste. And I know a lot of FMCG companies specifically dealing with food, a big focus there is to reduce waste. Of course, the other targets that you have is to manage your discounting and how much you spend, making sure that you get your return on investment there. And for me, my sense of purpose every morning was really, I woke up for my team. I woke up to make sure that I remove the roadblocks for them, so that they can function to the optimal. If there's gaps in their knowledge base, make sure that I close that gaps. There's also people come into your team with different levels of knowledge, so you always have to make sure that everybody gets the same type of feedback and knowledge so that they can get to the same level.
Interesting.
So that's in a nutshell. I'm sure there's a million things that I can talk about. But
so you touch on the sales part, and then you touch on the operation side.
Yes.
The operation side, including the people as well.
Correct.
Interesting. And then when you look at your performance, when you're saying in terms of your targets, it's not only what you do here locally, but in terms of the business as whole, you have to contribute somehow.
Because
interesting.
I think the challenge there is because it's a national position, every province has got its own ways of doing things. The culture even sometimes is very different in a specific area. So the challenge is really to make sure that you have a national approach, but your plans are locally talk and resonate with the local environment in the local market. So that is the challenge that you have to juggle. Of course, the role also requires you to travel a lot, face-to-face interactions with your customers. So on a quarterly basis, I would go around South Africa, not just to see my customers, but also to touch base with your sales representatives face-to-face. Some conversations really is more impactful face-to-face, especially when it comes to training and facilitating that growth path, and then giving feedback to the team on how they are doing, where they are in their performance, and how we can align to make sure if there's any gaps to close that.
So human connection is very important. And that's what was missing during the COVID-19 period. Because we were behind our screens, and we never actually connected in a way that. So it's very important. I like that, because whatever you say about the people, that's my passion. That's my responsibility. Okay, so I want to understand. For me to get into being a national field operations manager, of course there's somewhere where we need to start. Maybe take us through the educational background first, and then we go from a very entry position. What is it that you need? Do I need to study for me to be able to be an operations manager?
I think the first thing that you need to understand is that you need different aspects to align up for you to actually get to those type of positions. For me, I started off in call center, and really making your mark every position that you're at, and I think this is very important, every position that you tackle is a stepping stone. And never reject a lower position or a position that doesn't feel like it's in your plan.
Of course.
If it's a good move, take it. So for me, I started in call center, and then I got an opportunity to move into a key account manager position. That really gave me the insights to travel nationally, start to engage with the customers deeply, understanding the market. How does marketing, sales, finance, all of those things start to fit into each other.
Yeah.
So my advice would be to do as much as possible.
Yeah.
Get your finger in the pie, even if it is in a role that you are not employed with. Go and sit with those people, get the knowledge, show that there's interest, have that discussions and growth discussions with your manager to say this is where I want to go.
Yeah.
So for me, I start in key accounts. COVID hit. I got promoted just before COVID into the previous role of national field operations manager. And immediately I realized the business world has changed.
Oh, wow.
The business world has changed. What we did yesterday is not working anymore.
Yeah.
And that spurred me on to go and remember I had my degree. I finished my degree in 2008.
Yeah.
So it's been, I went back and did my postgrad
like a while ago.
2022. So that's 14 years. Of course, my nerves were shattered.
Yeah.
But I knew I had to do something to upskill myself and get with the times. AI, all of those things coming into the marketplace. So I had to make a decision to go back to school. So I tackled the postgrad first, just to see if...
Before you get there, I just want to understand.
Sure.
So was it like a natural progression? If you look at career pathing,
Sure.
Do you have to... maybe not start at the call center, but wherever you start, now that you're in the business, so you have to be a key account manager first before you can get to be the national field operations.
The point I'm trying to make there is that just because you started in a certain space doesn't mean that your career can evolve and opportunities can come your way. I grabbed the opportunity of key account manager because I wanted to travel, I wanted to have face-to-face interactions. Call center is very mechanical, and you sit behind a desk. I felt like I was losing out on what's happening in the world. So what I'm trying to say is, whatever your position is, I would recommend that you go into a key account first. Key account management really gives you that perspective of how to engage with your customers on an individual basis, because now it's only one customer or two customers that you oversee, so it's manageable, and your plans are for those specific customers. When you get to national field operations, my customer base was over 300 customer sites. So you can see the complexity increases, and of course then the human element comes in. So if you have any experience managing people, that is a very good start.
For any leader.
Leader, So and if you are passionate about customer service, the market, know what's going on in your marketplace around you. It's all good to have data. I always said it to my team, right? It's good to have data points, but how to interpret those data points, that is what makes you a great key account or national field operations manager. That ability to interpret that data points and then pivot and make sure that you hit those targets that I talked about earlier. Yes.
Okay, that's great. So you sort of lay a foundation so that you can develop yourself in being an effective people manager.
I think
all right,
also if I can maybe add, in every position that you tackle, do it with energy, do it with focus, do it with everything that you have. Because if you excel in those positions, if you apply, you are more likely to get hired or promoted, because they can see your work ethic. So people that take a position and just perform average and go through the motions, it's going to be difficult to move up.
Yeah.
You have to excel in whatever you tackle or whatever position you are.
Okay.
Excel in that.
Yeah. So let me take you back quickly before we proceed. So what exactly do I need to study qualification wise for me to level up and get to be in that position?
If I can maybe turn it, I can only talk for myself. My bachelor's was in management and leadership. That really gave me the foundation that I needed to manage people, understand people, make sure I understand how to motivate people, get the maximum out of people. That was my foundation. Anything that you can add to your repertoire, like supply chain, operations, management, even sales, any mini courses, small courses. It doesn't have to be degrees and whatever. You just have to show the passion. And I think at the end of the day,
depends on different companies.
Correct.
Yeah. So you need to have a foundation.
Of course.
Yeah. So a lot of the companies, especially multinational companies, it's important to have your degrees and post degrees qualifications.
Correct.
And diplomas to some extent.
Yeah.
The short courses should just be an add-on.
Yeah.
So I like that. So if you were to give advice to somebody wanting to get to the level that you were and in this career, what career advice would you give them?
I would say you have to love people first. You have to be able to travel. Sometimes you're away from your home and your family. Those things are sacrifices that you make. It looks glamorous. It looks fantastic to travel the whole South Africa. But after a while, the novelty wears off, and it is a job. Being away from your family for 3 days, 4 days, it becomes hard.
Yeah. So if I don't like traveling, I shouldn't apply for this.
If you don't like people, don't apply. If you don't like to travel, don't apply.
Yeah.
If you are very good in reading market data points, taking the data points, turning it into plans, and then executing. Executing is the most important, but you can have the best plans. But if you can't execute it 100% and you don't get that value out of that.
Okay. So let me bring you now to your recent studies.
Sure.
You just completed your MBA with Cum Laude. What actually motivated you to go into that direction?
I did the postgrad in business management, business administration, and because I also excelled there, after 14 years, I was scared to go back. I got 11 out of the 12 subjects. I got distinctions, also passed with distinction there.
Oh, well done.
So I thought, let's keep this momentum and let's go to the next level.
For the fun of it?
For not for the fun of it, but listen, I think once again it was really the COVID scenario that made me understand that our world is evolving.
Yes.
And for me, I've always had a mindset of continuous improvement. I love it, knowledge. Like I said, one of my values is to gain wisdom. You can only gain wisdom really to take information in. I had to do, of course, for the MBA, you go through that pre-assessment testing and all of that. My nerves were shattered.
Yes, because you're not sure whether you're going to be admitted or not.
Correct. And then, of course, I think you have to engage with your management team at your wherever your employer is.
So let me check with you, particularly with your recent MBA studies. How was your experience?
It was rough. It was rough, but I like to share information freely. And what stuck with me is that when I learned something very exciting or interesting in class, I would go back very excitingly to my team and show them whatever I've learned, try to implement them, get them that skill. I think that's why my team also excelled. It's what was really one of the strongest teams within the company, and it's because they were able to make decisions on the spot. They had that freedom. I gave them the tools to do that, and
Okay, great. So you are currently an entrepreneur. Tell us what you do.
So I'm the managing director of Business Mavens.
Wow.
So it's really a consultancy firm. Once again, harnessing my skills and my expertise, my superpowers
Yes.
of efficiencies, operational excellence, and then of course the human aspect. It is really to breach the gap between the human element and operational efficiencies, and how those two talk to each other.
Connect,
There's
yeah.
there's an interconnectedness right through a company, and for Business Mavens, it's important to firstly establish the skill, and then of course take you to that strategic and growth with purpose.
Yeah.
I think that is what we.
I like that.
Yeah,
Growth with purpose.
correct.
Okay, great. So, over and above that, Peter, you are a cum laude graduate. I just wanted to highlight that. Yeah, you're MBA cum laude graduate, and you're passionate about people. You're passionate about growth. You want to make a difference. And I know me and you have spoken. There's projects that we'll also be collaborating
Sure.
on that's going to make a difference for the people and across the world. So, what advice would you then give somebody in terms of development purposes, direction, whatever direction they want to take? Do you have any advice for?
I would recommend that you really have the conversations with the people around you.
Yeah.
I think what people don't realize is the amount of time and effort that it takes out of your schedule, especially for those who work full time. And you know, when you have a really demanding job, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Sometimes we wake up, start working at 5, and you sign up at 6, and then you go to class.
Of course. Yeah.
And really, if you don't have a support structure around you,
Support structure.
yes,
That's important.
to help you, and if you don't have the support of your company, because there are going to be days where you didn't plan correctly, and you have to sit right through and submit an assignment, and they must be able to understand that you are working full time. So even people that study full time sometimes don't achieve greatness.
Yeah.
So if you take your hat off for anybody, and that is me. I will take my hat off for anybody who's working and tackling any type of education after hours in their free time to better themselves. It is not easy. So do it. Make sure that you understand what it's going to take. Don't be delusional and think, no, I'm just going to breathe through. It takes a lot of time and effort.
It does.
And I think for me, I've never been happy with just being an average performer.
No average performance here.
Yeah. And I think also...
You're my biggest competitor.
Hence, I said for me the biggest thing was when you get those marks back and you see the people pushing in the class. I think that motivation and that healthy competition is crucial, and that's what I like. I like competition. I think everybody likes competition and wants to win.
Yeah.
But
As long as
you
it's
don't,
healthy. Yeah.
correct. And once again, some people get 100 degrees, but put them in the scenario and they can't do the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when
It's
you
about balancing the two.
balancing the two, and then also when you start to gain that knowledge, share it, implement it, then it gets stuck.
Impactful.
Impactful.
Impact others. Yeah.
Impact others. For me,
That's what it's about.
it doesn't make sense that it doesn't take anything to share information with people, and it doesn't make sense. It baffles me when people cling on to information and their teams are suffering.
Yeah.
Enable your team. They are the people at ground level, and their success is your success.
Yeah. That's your responsibility. That's
Sure.
our responsibility as leaders.
Yeah.
So just want to understand in coming to the end of our session, but how do you then balance work with your mental well-being? How do you do that?
No.
Coming from an intense program back into the market, how
Sure.
do you balance that?
It is it's very difficult, I must say, and even myself, I didn't succeed fully throughout my MBA program. I was super exhausted at the end, and I had to take a breather, like a time out, And but you have to, for me, once again, having that closeness with my family, that's what
Yeah.
I'm doing now, re-establishing that connection with my family, because for 3 years they didn't see me,
Of course,
literally.
yeah.
And that support structure is really important. Walking my two monsters, my two Jack Russells in
Yeah.
the morning, feeling that first rays of sun on my face.
Yeah. Morning
And
walks are very important.
yes, or
Yeah.
any type of walking. You don't have to run a 20 mile in under 5 minutes or whatever to actually just. It's that peace and that we're surrounded by such beauty in this country,
Yeah.
and we sometimes forget it. And then yeah,
It gives you clarity of mind. It's like
Clarity.
you're rediscovering other things. And I think I'll always get to be more productive and think things through properly after my
Sure.
my usual walks.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
so
yeah.
it does help. So lastly, you spoke about people, you spoke about processes, you spoke about sales, you spoke about impact.
Sure.
How would you want to be remembered?
I would like to be remembered as somebody who created positive ripples.
Yeah.
When you throw people in the water, sometimes the ripples you see, but further down the line, you don't really see the massive impact that those ripples have.
Yeah.
Giving somebody the ability to perform or to give them a skill or enabling them, for me, is the most gratifying feeling. That is what I live for,
Yeah.
to make an impact in people's life, or in companies' lives as well, on a company's business.
Yeah.
So I would like to be remembered as somebody that gave freely of myself,
Oh, wow.
that empowered people to be the best version of themselves
Oh,
without
wow.
expecting anything back.
Yeah.
And then also just somebody that followed or does business in the right way, ethically, corporate governance, all those
Yes.
things in place, of course, with the center point being the people. The
Yeah.
people is what make your company or any company. Without people, you can, even with AI and machinery taking over and whatever, there's still people.
Yeah.
So people will never disappear
You
out of
create
the.
an asset as a business. Yeah.
It's really an asset, and the sooner a company realize the importance of looking after your people, the better for them, for their success and
Yeah.
their sustainability going into the future. So yeah,
Thank you. Wow. That's like so
I hope it's okay.
profound. No, I mean, you've said a mouthful. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for that. It's actually deep. Yeah. Thank you, Peter, for
You're
sharing this
welcome.
career moment with us.
Thank you. No, and from my side, really, Joyce, I want to thank you for this opportunity. I also would like to wish you all the best. You were my greatest competition during the MBA process. And for me, there's two types of people. There's talkers and there's doers.
Yeah.
You are a mover and a shaker and a doer.
Oh, thank you.
And I wish you all of the best with your new venture, and I know that you're going to make an impact in this country, and may your ripples be felt all over the country, really.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm humbled.
No, and I brought you just a small gift of appreciation, to say really congratulations with this new venture of yours, and all of the best. Really, I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Peter. I do appreciate your thoughtfulness of giving the flowers, and for coming to here and spending time with us and sharing your career with us here at HR Hero on Call. Peter is a national field operations manager, and he was just sharing his career with us. To everyone watching, thank you for watching HR Hero on Call. This episode. We'll see you on to the next episode. Bye.